Welcome to IndyCar Portland. Before we get through the
All right, so we're lucky enough to Paddock access, so we get to kind of come behind the scenes. They have a pit pass, which takes you down to the pits, but then they also have a Paddock pass where you can see all the drivers of cars. If you have a convertible and you sign up soon enough, you get to drive the drivers around a lap before the race. So that's what all these convertibles are out here for.
There's a Bronco. What's up, dude? Am I sitting up here? Alright, you want? Try. There you go.
New Garden, good luck.
At this time, we ask that all drivers report to your cars. All drivers to your cars. Welcome to the Only Bulls Portland Grand Prix. Drivers, start your engines! Off to the outside. Very wide swing as we see.
If this isn't a test for these DJI mics, I don't know what will be. Even if you're not into racing, you got to be able to appreciate somebody doing 186 miles an hour. And they're risking life, man. You fall, you hit one of these barriers, that's going to be a bad day for you. So if only you could smell it. They're doing 180 and having to brake into this corner right here. And you could just smell the brakes. Just taking a beating. It's crazy. So much speed. So one thing I got to give IndyCar props for is that they let you have access to things that you would never think you'd have access to. If you get the Paddock pass, I mean, you can get right back into their garages. You can see them working. I mean, this is a working area. You get, for $50, you can come back here. This is where all the cars come out, all the drivers are. You can walk through. I mean, they give you access to basically everything. And if you get yourself a pit pass, well, then you're right at the pit, which would be amazing. But unfortunately, that's a little bit more than we can afford to do. But if IndyCar wants to give us pit passes to a race sometime, we would love to do it. We're not even like huge IndyCar fans. I'm more an F1 fan, but the more I come to stuff like this, the more I'd rather be an IndyCar fan, because now to watch F1, I have to have an Apple subscription. And I can watch IndyCar on Fox. So Fox, if you want to send me to a race too, that'd be pretty cool. Well, you can just see everybody working on engines and just doing their thing. And so you don't even have to watch the whole race. We spent most of our day walking around, just seeing all the cool stuff going on, more so than watching the actual race. Even though the race is cool and entertaining, especially when you're doing 190 miles an hour. But if you just want to come and you just love cars and mechanics and pits and that kind of stuff, yeah, definitely get a Paddock pass. And if you can afford it, do the pit pass. I think in the future, we might even look to bring our RV here. It's pretty spendy, but it'd be fun to spend a weekend just doing nothing but racing for a few days. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure.
How could you even hear me?
I can hear you.
You can with all this stuff going on? Oh my!
So
I can't even.
You're gonna camp for a weekend.
I can't even hear myself. It's so loud. All right, walking through the campsite here. You can get a 3-day pass that will cost you a cold grand, $1,000 for a weekend of camping, right on top of your neighbors. If you're into that, be cool. I mean, if you're into IndyCar or into racing, maybe that's a good price. If anybody's ever been to NASCAR or F1 and camped, let us know, but $1,000 seems pretty steep. Like, this is the winning car, and then you can just walk right up to it and just like take photos, and they just let you go wherever you want to go and do what you want to do. It's kind of cool. There's like no control. Me and Kim were talking about earlier, we're like, do you want an impact wrench? Because we could have stolen an impact wrench today, but that's the cool part about IndyCar, I guess. I don't know how they do it with NASCAR and F1 or whatever, but IndyCar is definitely fan-friendly, that is for sure. My assumption is that they're looking at inspecting it right now, making sure that everything is up to snuff and that they didn't cheat. But again, you can sit here and just watch them do the work. Okay, Kim's a McLaren fan, so Kim's all about this garbage, this weird orange papaya as they call it. Actually, I'm somewhat of a fan too. I can't complain about it. It's actually kind of a cool color. That's a lot of tires. So after attending your second IndyCar race, what would you say to others that have never came to an IndyCar race? Should they or should they not attend one? And should they or should they not get a paddock pass and or pit pass?
Oh, well, I don't know about the pit pass because we didn't do it, but you definitely should get a paddock pass. I mean, to be able to be behind the scenes like this. And my dad was a mechanic, so I'm kind of used to cars and the smells and stuff, but didn't quite have cars like this in his shop. These ones go a little faster.
It's just so you guys know, we're not fans of electric. If it goes electric, we're just not going to watch anymore. So IndyCar, FYI, I know the government and everybody else and their mother wants you to go electric. If you go electric, we're not watching you. Just FYI.
I want to wear earplugs.
I want gas.
I want to smell gas and I want to wear earplugs.
I want to smell gas. I want to wear earplugs. If you go electric, it's over for you.
So there's probably multiple prices.
All right, you remember when I was saying about how you get basically access to anything? This is the inspection tent where they're inspecting the vehicles after the race. And you can basically watch them take a car apart, piece by piece, to make sure that they meet regulation. I'm telling you guys, like, if you're into cars, even if you don't love IndyCar, there's an appreciation for the fact that they give fans such cool access for literally $50. Take advantage of the pass if you can. You won't regret it.
Look.